His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Komottown, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, particularly dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you wear vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah, ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court. They got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Comer today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came. He also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they can. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. With investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
CDC, get ready for George Weah to come back. But for you to be ready, you want George Weah to come back? You want George Weah to come back? Yes! Each and every one of you got to go out in the street and start recruiting. You go in the community where you live and start recruiting. 2029 will be at the polling station. Any attempt to cheat, any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequences will be severe, will not be understanding. This country is of democracy, and the result must be upheld. The person who will win the election will be the person who will take power. Anybody break election will run and the will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election will run and the will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody break election will run and the will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it.
Muhammad Ali, popularly known as Mo Ali, he is in the Liberian capital of Monrovia and now joins.
Once again, a very warm welcome to the program. This is The Morning Call. I am Nyasha K. Mutizwa. Now, we kick off the show in Liberia. In office for just 2 years, Liberians are growing increasingly impatient with President George Weah. A struggling economy, rising food prices, and corruption accusations have stirred anger and discontent against Weah, who campaigned on a promise of delivering pro-poor policies. There have been several protests against Weah's rule, and another have stirred anger and discontent against Weah, who campaigned on a promise of delivering pro-poor policies. There have been several protests against Weah's rule, against Weah, who campaigned on a promise of delivering pro-poor policies. There have been several protests against Weah's rule. 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 And another major demonstration is planned for later today.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
So, the creator and sustainer of the universe, the God who keeps watch over each and every one of us, the democratic God, the God who is not a despot, The Almighty God who is not a tyrant, the Almighty God who is not a dictator, the Almighty God who is democratic by nature and sets in every democratic tenant, the Almighty God that people, from the very first day he set earth into being, protested against him, and he respected their right to protest. That God we have hovering us. Great God indeed he is. We are grateful. We are thankful that we have him as our God. He kept watch over us last night, and he brought us into day 17. That's the God we serve. He's a good God, great God. We owe him every debt of gratitude. And thank you all too for coming on. Before we get started, we are in the season. Do the needful, protest in the basket, King Support basket. Drop whatever you are or whatever you can in the basket. Drop Kings FM Christmas in the basket, please, is all I can say. Drop Kings FM Christmas in the basket. Drop Kings FM Christmas in the basket. And in Liberian time, the people often say, my Christmas on you. So our Christmas on your Trunk Kings FM Christmas. If you know Kings FM have been good to you, where's my guy? Where is my guy? Yeah, it reminds me about my guy. Where is he? So if you know Kings FM has been good to you, drop in the box, in the basket. If you know Kings FM has brought you from January to December 17, drop in the box. If you know that Kings FM is that vital institution from communication perspective that you need, then drop in the box. Just whatever of significance Kings FM has been to you, drop. Just like my man was saying, what my man here and Shalom Moore, yeah, yeah, Shalom Moore. He said, if God has been good to you, say it. If God has brought you out, give a shout, testify. Yeah, testify. That's why he said, just the intro of it. So I'm saying this, that you will drop in. If God has been good to you, yeah. And the emojis, then WOGs can say, well, if God has been good to you throughout the year, then you got to sow seed. If God has been there, so we, from a communication standpoint, we say the same, but we saying it on purpose. And God knows that we saying it on purpose because we can go to God and say XYZ. Or you go to him and ask God, say, well, come on, what wrong with you, Kings FM? Y'all tell the people, just as I tell the church people that the congregation ought to support. But at the close of the day, they must be grateful, must testify. Yeah, that's why when you drop $5 in King Support basket, we acknowledge you. We thank God first. We bless God for you, and then we thank you. We testify. It's called testify. So my man said, if God has been good to you, testify. If God has brought you out, testify. If Kings FM has been good to you, drop in the basket. If Kings FM has made significant impact in your life, drop in the basket. If Kings FM is that institution that is taking you into 2039 dependably, drop in the basket. Just as my man will say, if God has been good to you, testify. If he brought you out, testify. Just a few lines, then we get started. Those are the lines. If God has been good to you, testify. If God brought you out, give a shout. There was never a moment that God would not go along God is always. So Kings, you can put those wordings in the context of Kings at the 8.5. Then you drop our season in the basket, yeah? And 0 555 That's the same wave. 0 777 017 All the people in Liberia, local people, we going into 2026. And going forward, if God permits, because we are told to put it to God first, we are told not to brag of the future. We will be very blunt because we're entering a period that is referred to as unknown territory, uncharted territory. Therefore, the way we were in we are in 2025 will not be the same in 2026. If you observe some changes, please cope with it. We've done and we stay doing and we will continue to do. So before we get started, you're be reminded, yeah? You'll be reminded. Your protest in the basket. A protest in the basket. The send wave is 0 The orange 0 Your Dropkins FM, Christmas, season, festive, whatever they call it, you're dropping inside. Philip, yes, that's Philip Tokpa. Philip Tokpa. Yeah, Philip. The song is called Testify. Philip, it's called Testify. You can just get on your phone, go to YouTube and get it. It is called Testify by the group Elevation Worship. Elevation Worship. You just put in Testify. But I don't know whether you come across this identical version because they have several several songs Testify. If you've listened to it carefully and you're playing it, then you will know. But they have several. It is called Testify. Yeah, by Shalom Mo and his guy. The group Elevation Worship. Atsata Miller, Red Light. A Siman Kia. Peter Tokpa, Dupont Rowe. Alvin Bono. Sensi Kiazulu. Asinel Menza, Grand Capeman County. Alice Williams, District 10. Jack Foley Tombikan, Broville, Bible College Junction. Daniel Kiazulu, Richard Cooper, Robert Sports, Grand Capeman County. Moses Ricks, Kissikam, Johnsonville, Ralph Cooper, Denver, Colorado, USA, Silva, Washington, Broville City, Fred Pega, 11th Street, 5th Kelvin Bappin, Nima United, Moses Red Light, Mantoni and Son, FDA Junction, Stanley Boso, Emmanuel Bro, USA, Ibrahim Weir, Spencer Mohammed, Wentan, Cospon Hill, Blamakane, Old Road, Heron T. Toe, Caldwell, Paris Lobert, New Jersey, USA, Clady Allison, Delaware, USA, Alice T. Johnson, Fender Community, Kakata Highway, D1, Stephen Yakade, Lower Mangibi County, District 2, Ophelia Manjolo, Papi Keita, Dupont Roar, Patience, Wisner Lynch Street, Juan Mama Lugel Street, Usman Sol Gala Street, Jukonti Chie, Orita Jikla, Jackson C. Ponin, yeah, that My dear sister, good to have you on. Orita Sunday Way Choir, good that you are on. Hope that you are faring well. Great. The chairman himself, Roman Rico, Kenneth Ball, or Latupan, the chairman for life, Block 18 chairman, Block 18 Intellectual Center. Good to have all of you great people on. I appreciate all of you people. Again, Kings 88.5, 1 full year. You want to look back over your life and say, this station we've listened to from January 1 to December 17 and going beyond December 17, they've been helpful to us. We may not have agreed on all of the issues, all of the time, all of the presenters, but we've been good together. Let's drop something in the basket. That's how it works. Say, thank you for everything that you've done. That's it. Just drop in our basket, yeah? Our Christmas, our season, our festive, whichever, you're dropping in the basket. Whether you're in Liberia or you're out of Liberia, all of you people who can say, oh, Kings FM, our station, oh. Kings FM, our station, oh. Our station, yeah, oh. Yeah, drop in the basket. All of you who can be telling us, you can be dictating to us, oh, cut that man off. You got me, let that man leave our station, let him go to the station. So, put in a basket to show it. All that one day, you just think about it and just say thank you. You drop all anything you get for Kings FM. Material say you get one bag of cement, you drop it in a basket. You get 5 gallons, 5-gallon fuel. You drop it in Kings FM basket. The basket is large; it can take anything. 500 gallon of fuel, the basket can take it. Anything, the basket can take anything. Just drop everything in the basket. Just be dropping. If you hear the basket fill, never ever respect me again. When I count on the air, say boo, boo, say Andrew move from here. You protest against me. If you hear the basket fill, the basket, it can get filled. It deep and wide, it deep, just like you have seen the ground diver. You know how many feet the diver can go just to see the beneath the earth, but it's not possible. Keep on going, they will go. Then they come out again, they rest, then they go again. That's how the basket looking. It can take everything. So keep dropping. Yeah, you drop our Christmas, our New Year, our wow. You just drop all in the basket. 055-885-885. 077-017-885. The name that attached to the number is Abraham William. Okay, so that's it. Today is December 17th. Historic day in Liberia. The day is ongoing. Nothing wrong has happened with the day. The day is ongoing. Nothing has happened. The intent, the evil witch is not happening. The people have turned out. The people have resolved. The people are exercising their democratic constitutional right. The whole world is watching Joseph Yuma Boakai and Gregory Coleman. The whole world. Drones hovering Liberia this day, December 17. Drones are hovering Liberia, and there is this skepticism the people have of the police. Please remember, the United States government released a damning report about the police conduct in Liberia. If I should summarize the police description or the United States government description of the police in one word, predatory. If you know what predator is, in one word, All that they said, take the report, read it if you still have it. I summarize that whole area that they talk about the police, the bad conduct of the police in one word, predatory. So the police faces another litmus test. The international community is watching how the police under Joseph Yuma Boakai are conducting themselves. Photographs are being taken. Drones are hovering. They release a damning report first, and they have the skepticism that it is very likely that the police again would move into their usual predatory nature. Because as far as they're concerned, they take interest in manhandling the people, whichever way they can. But this is democracy. This is a democratic culture. This is a constitutional country. This is not a one-party state. This is the country of the Republic of the people. This is the country of the Republic of the people. The rights of the people must be respected. The protest is ongoing. They had thought it was going to be a handful. Unity Party fans started posting, the cameramen are more than the protesters. The police are more than the protesters. The police, as we speak now, they are overwhelmed. The number is swelling. The number is swelling. And the guys have resolved they're going to be there until Joseph Yuma Boakai can come to receive their petition. If he cannot, either he send his justice minister or his foreign minister or his information minister. These are key people within the government. Or the speaker, the regime speaker, the Unity Party speaker. Or, yes, those top people, not lower person. No. The same way Joseph Boakai supported when they went to protest and they said they were not giving the protest, when we are saying you're giving it to this person, they said, no, we're not doing it. No, we're not going. No. So that the same way. And may I remind you, God himself is watching everything in this country. God is watching. The protest is ongoing, and protest is not bad in its entirety. Protest is a necessary element. If you ever thought that protest is bad, well, then you need to go back to school, or you need to know that the people who are telling you it's bad, they see you as stooge. Let's hear from the civil society head, Molba Molu, then we move on.
Are you hearing me? Are you together? Are we together? Are we together? We will be peaceful, we will be non-violent, but we will not be stopped. If the police will kill me today, I'm prepared to die in exercise of my rights. No retreat! No retreat! No retreat! No retreat! No retreat!
So Malu has given.
Thank you so much. So that's it. Yesterday it wasn't wrong. Today it cannot be wrong either. Yesterday it was right. Today it is right. Come on. If God were to send Angel Gabriel down at the request of Unity Party government, he would look in the face of Joseph Yuma Boakai and say, but that's what you were yesterday. The same thing you said yesterday. And your people stood in the street exercising their rights, and they were protected by the state. Therefore, accept it too. That is why when you are in opposition, don't turn yourself into predator. Don't turn yourself into a vicious animal, because you will have the opportunity to come in and you will want people to treat you right. Yesterday, it was the normal. Why can't it be the normal today? The guys are coming out. The number is swelling. They were overlooking it. This is not about Molba Molu. The people are not out because of Molba Molu. These are people above 18, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60s. These are grown men and women. These are people that are feeling the hardship. They are not out because they want to please Molba Molu. They are out because they are living testimony of the hardship, the draconian rule, the suffocation, the suppression, repression, rhetoricizing the atmosphere, giving the impression that things are okay when things are getting bad by the day. These are people who are affected. You cannot tell us that everything is 100% okay. President Boakai, no. Mr. President, you know that. Yesterday you said it was not okay on a WIA, and you needed a change. And you persuaded your boys to come outside, and Unity Party was protesting all over the place. Mr. President, you had your son. You had your son as the chief spokesperson to justify everything. You had him as the official spokesperson to justify every protest. You had your son. Every event, every action, every protest, he was available to justify.
2 generations.
Everywhere he was available.
Once again, a very warm welcome to the program. This is The Morning Call. I am Nyasha K. Mutizwa. Now, we kick off the show in Liberia. In office for just 2 years, Liberians are growing increasingly impatient with President George Weah. A struggling economy, rising food prices, and corruption accusations have stirred anger and discontent against Weah, who campaigned on a promise of delivering pro-poor policies. There have been several protests against Weah's rule, and another major demonstration is planned for later today. The United Nations and
she couldn't have put it that any better. They were on the ground. They had their reporters on the ground, standing back the information. In studio, Liberia was always in the news. Liberia was always in the news. A week highly passes by that you will not hear Liberia on Al Jazeera. What are they reporting? In the Weah's government, protest. VOA James Botte, early morning, we getting ready to come on the hustle. We hear James Botte say, let's turn to Liberia now, where a protest is being planned by the opposition against the Weah government. Papa, let's bring on this person. Evening, you're watching the evening news, Al Jazeera, you hear the lady is saying, let's now go to Africa, Liberia, where protests. Everywhere you turn to, almost all of the international wires, they will never end their news without Liberia being in the news. Not for the right reason, protest reason. Who were initiating that? These very Unity Party people. These Unity Party people, they saw it right yesterday. Yesterday, they said the police were brutalizing them. They painted a bad picture of the Liberia National Police. The same police they're using today. The same police that was a partisan police. Yesterday, they said the police was CDC police, was partisan police. Today, the police, not Unity Party police, not partisan police. The same police they are using. Yesterday, it was democratic. It was constitutional. Today, it's democratic. It's constitutional. Respect the rights of the people. They are not out. Some of you who are putting it on Molba Molu and say because Molba Molu is a former political person, thank God you say former. Anybody can leave from one place to go to another. There are people who left civil society, they became politicians. There are people who left the political realm, they became civil society activists. There are people who left the journalism profession, they went into different areas. It is the normal. Mama Molu is not in active politics. He's in civil society, civil advocacy, and defending the rights of people and the condition of underprivileged, the marginalized, and on and on. One of the cardinal responsibilities of a civil society. And we can say, STEM is the only civil society organization or institution in Liberia. The rest, they are sold out. Under we are government, and I'm not second guessing here. I'm not using anybody's idea. I am saying it from my very self in we are government, saw all of those people. Only one civil society organization you hear, STEM. Ask yourself, where are the other civil society organizations? Is STEM the first civil society organization since Liberia came into existence from 1822? They were all over the place. Today, you have only one. And STEM is a new civil society group. These people are not out because of STEM. They are not out because of Molba Molu. Molba Molu, as a citizen, feels the pinch. And since he manages an institution, that institution is being used for the common good of the people. He places his institution at the disposal of the people by allowing them or giving them the courage, the zeal, the zest to come out and say, let's do this together. Let's speak to our government together. Let's speak to our president together. And these people who are feeling the pinch, a person who is feeling a pinch, you know why people joined the war? Because they felt it. Nobody needed to convince them. They took guns voluntarily because there were testimonies of what happened to them, what they saw. When you're watching movie, you go and see the man, before he can finish talking, you hear the lady say, I'm in this with you. You hear the man say, I'm with you. We're going. And then they get out to protest. They get out on the rampage. Because when you're feeling the heat in the kitchen, no one needs to tell you that you need cold water. A person who knows how to get cold water, you will join that person and say, I am with you to get that water because the heat is too much. That's what is happening in Bwaga's government. And that's why the people are out. There's nothing wrong. The crowd is swelling, people. The crowd is swelling. The police working overtime. The police working overtime. They try to keep the distance. Say the protecting executive mansion and Capitol building. It does not change anything. Let's drop the stupor. The protesters not assembling at Capitol building. What does it change? They're not assembling at the executive mansion. What does it change? Does it change anything? No. It's not the building. It is the mind. When the psyche, when the mind is evil, is devilish, is repressive, is oppressive, the people not around there, it doesn't change the person. You are who you are. So it will make no sense protecting Capitol building, protecting executive mansion. It changes nothing. The people are out. Unity Party people, shame. They were mocking from the onset. Yesterday they were defending. When people were saying, oh, you're stop. You don't protest. Protest is bad. It's this. Unity Party people were writing on Facebook. That's the people right. That's the people right. Yeah. The people right. The people right. Oh, today that the people right too. It's because that your government. So it's not the people's right because that your government. But yesterday it was your right to protest. Protest is democratic. It's very, very, very democratic. Let's go back. Let's hear again. Yeah.
Mr. Malou, one of the protesters was seen held by his police. What happened to him? Mr. Malou, one of your protesters was being held by his police. What happened to him? What happened to the fellow we saw lying on the ground here?
New way to enter the grounds of the very mansion.
Will you present your petition today? Will you present your petition today?
What they have fled. Oh, they love a German and we are here. So who's the coward?
We have a claim, the chairman on claim of petition. Please go. The chairman on petition. Please go is here.
The president is not here. Who are you going to present the petition to? Sir.
Let them open the corridor and go to the marching ground.
But we just learned that the president left. Who you want to meet?
Who's your Adika? No, you not see my
But journalists can take breaks. So you police to can't intervene, or you Unity Party men. That's why the people kept on asking you, regime collaborator.
Stick to the action. Stick to the
If you are a journalist, then you show your ID card. Are you clean to be a journalist? The people asking you for your ID card, you refusing. Yet you talking and saying something. So the people asking now whether he is a regime collaborator. So you can tell that they planted him. So when the guys start, then they'll say, "Oh, you see it? They're attacking the man. They're attacking the man." But it will not work. Thank you, Brother Molu, for the leadership, keeping everybody under control. the place, the guys have taken over the spray everywhere. You're overlooking the people. You say, oh, that's small cry. It's swelling. It's swelling by the minute. You take it for a joke. And that's laziness. That's laziness on the part of the government. This thing, you have to drop it in your country called Liberia. No reason why. Donald Trump, look at Africa. And Liberia is part of Africa real good. It says shithole continent. Please accept my unprofessionalism. But you just have to be repeatedly graphic. Because when these are things that Donald Trump look at and say, that's a shithole continent. Because why it all starts the mind. Petty thing. They men did it, so I will do it too. Or because that childish. Or they men did it all at once. Anyway, you ain't receive our petition when we're in opposition. We in government now, we not receive your petition too. And your president ain't receive our petition, so our president Bwaka will not receive your petition too. That country there. This place is an open hell. This place called Liberia. When you get out of this country, I can see why when people leave from here, they give the country NTR. You get out of this place, you see governance. You see civilization. The atmosphere alone. One of my friends said, when you die in Liberia, you're going straight to hell. When you die out of Liberia, going to hell. Oh, right. Let's get back to the scene, man.
A media colleague from Cool FM. So, right here. We stay here. We stay right here. And we are here to see the outcome of this. Continue to remain.
That's our place to win. So if you want me to share, so let you show me the membership of the government. Morning has the right to ask you, who are you? And has the right to ask you. And myself has the right to deny access.
So this is the chairman, and this is the police. Again, coming this way. Still at the back of the same media colleague, the area engaged.
That man is a unity party implanted. You cannot claim to be a journalist on a protest scene and you are engaging the protesters and they are asking for your identification card, which is the number, so that they know whom they are talking to, and just in case anything happens, they too can be protective of that journalist. That's why people use their jacket with the press at the back. Some use it at the front, the name of the institution. Then they have the ID card. It's good. The security will protect you, like what is unfolding. If just in case there's anything, the police can move there to rescue him, or the protesters too can help to safeguard. Everybody can provide buffer. It's good for both parties. But if you insist you're not showing your ID card, yet you are questioning Molba Molu and the rest of the people why they are there protesting, then it means you are a regime collaborator. That's why the voice that you heard, are you a regime collaborator, or Molba Molu, asking the guy, refusing. He insists that he's not showing. How can you be a media person, a journalist, and you say you can show ID card, but you questioning this person? You see, the trap failed. He didn't know how to care on the plane. He did not rehearse the plane good. because you can tell that he went there to stir up confusion, and then the police will move in, and then it spread. They say, oh, the protesters here, there, oh, you see that? Then you will be yelling, oh, they attack me, they attack me. The same thing they've been doing around. They did it to CDC headquarters. The other ones, one other woman, when they were breaking CDC headquarters down, I think she said they attacked her, they took this, they did that to her. That one part, forget it, that she ain't gonna get out of one. Then another one. Because in life, when you fake, it's just a matter of time before God finish you. You never fake anything. That's why you don't allow anybody to use you in life as a surrogate. No, don't ever allow it. Never ever allow anybody. Don't allow yourself to be used by another person to accomplish their aim. If people won't use you in protest, so they will say, oh, that the protesters or that Molu there, they will give you XYZ amount. That money there, you will enjoy it. Or you might not even enjoy it because it might be the same. If something happens, it might be the same dollars that you will use on something. And at the end of the day, people will tell you, but why you allow yourself to be used? The politicians, then you're risking your life for where they are. Gotta be careful. Let's go back.
I have complained before you and
So what led to that?
Of the fair shooting that's happening, but workers of the Capital Building are still.
So right here you have so we'll stay right here. So what led to that?
Nothing.
They didn't do anything and they just engage you with stones?
Yes. The people are screwing at us. People are all right. And it's going to be so. They behaving. They actually said that I'm a Joe.
Did you hear word from them before? Did you hear word from them before?
In no way.
Okay.
We're not getting bribe. We're not getting power.
Okay. So what went on? We see something going on here. What's happening?
Yeah, we try to protest the government people, the United Party people, the kids started choking for election background. They started choking.
How did you know they are United Party people?
If you see the kind of thing, how will you think? If you see the kind of thing, who can do our people protest? They look for the legislator, but he started choking people. So I will ask you, I want to say, we are here. We are not giving it yes. The president, if you want for us to go inside and get many people over there, that will talk you and get proof. Who are those? You think they're from where?
But Mr. Journalist, you see the people piling the racks. They're taking the racks. You see the people leaders telling them to just pack the rack. How? Ego. Some of these people there, man, calm down, man. You have what to call you people try to be professional in this place. You on the scene. You see rocks coming from within Capitol building. The people on the road. The police right there, the police barricaded. The police standing up, they barricaded the place. They themselves seeing the rocks coming from in Capitol building. How you, as a journalist, you dare ask the people, the people, you see the people chunking up, where rocks coming from? One of the rights you are landed on you as a journalist, then you will not ask again where you saw right. Come on, the people, the right coming. You heard a man say the right coming from in Capitol building. The people were not chunking. Nobody's tuning in Capitol building. The rats coming from inside Capitol building outside. The protesters are not in Capitol building. They are outside. The police have barricaded. The police providing protection. The people are outside. Then rats coming from inside Capitol building. Then you had this slush of a person called journalist saying you saw the people chunking, throwing stones. Come on, you on the scene. On a mayor, so all the people call a United Party journalist. Nonsense. People just call you, get your camera, be moving around and say, General, ain't no nonsense.
A few years ago, but it's preventing people today from exercising peaceful dissent. So it tells you the strengthening of oligarchic governance and tyranny under this regime. But we are here, and we will not be perturbed.
Chamemalu, your office got burnt few days ago.
Listen to the other question again. That office thing here, that office about
Still right here with his members, his protesters are still there.
Okay, so we'll keep you updated. The event is ongoing. The number has stolen. They were all located. They're saying it. And listen, let me share with you something very simple, understandably. Until you can change your mindset about protest, you will always be seen as a stooge or used you. Protest is necessary. It is a necessary element in anything, not only politics, not only electioneering politics. Protest is a necessary element. It only becomes unnecessary when it degenerates into something else. But it is necessary. It is necessary for the wife to express herself against what she sees as wrong. It only becomes unnecessary when the husband, instead of listening and accepting the wife's petition, slap her. Then it becomes unnecessary. That's when you can say violent. But protest simply means to express oneself. And protest is good. God, the creator of the universe, God is the chief promoter of protest. People protested against God. In their protest, they said all that they felt they needed to say against him. And God held nothing against them. Why? They're right. Even in hell, there will be protests against God. In the tribulation period, there will be protests against God. And God has agreed to listen to all of the protests with respect for the rights of the protesters. You think that joke? Protest is good. It simply means expressing oneself to another person, putting forth your grievance or grievances. There is nothing absolutely wrong, except there is imputation of an ulterior motive. Don't give people the impression that protest is wrong. Protest is wrong. Protest is never wrong. Protest is good. That's why it is a major tenet of democracy. Protest offers numerous advantages, primarily serving as vital mechanism for social and political change, giving voice to marginalized groups and strengthening democracy. Protest leads to significant policy shift and empower the participants or the people on individual and collective level, as well as institutional. Protest drives change. It draws attention to perceived injustices and can create force in that power to address issues that might otherwise be ignored. Protests have been very central to addressing injustices, wrongdoing, suffering, oppression, repression, hardships across the world. As we speak, protest is ongoing in a number of countries. All of these people called Unity Party people, they sit home as well as others. They watch the international news. They are analyzing the events sitting in their living rooms, watching the various newscasts on events that are happening, protests that are ongoing. Protest is good. It influences public opinion and policy. Large and consistent protest. What it does, it alters public discourse. It amplifies the impact of public opinion on legislators and creates space for negotiation and compromise on the issues nationally. Protest, a bulwark for democracy. Protest provides an essential voice for minority groups, acting as vital corrective to tyranny of the majority. Well, what atmosphere we have? A tyrannical atmosphere. And it holds elected officials accountable when the political system feels unrepresentative. Protest is not bad. It is a necessary element for social and political change. Protest galvanizes or brings together participants, sympathizers to translate their grievances, to put forth their concerns. It is peaceful until something funny. It is peaceful until the government itself puts asunder. It is peaceful until somebody infiltrates. No protest is organized with a diabolical intent or with a violent intent. But there is always a problem, or the problem comes from the other side. Protest is good. One of the gradings of countries for possible assistance to a country is this. A country can look at Liberia and say Liberia does not have the credential of, or Liberia is not tolerant, the government of Liberia is not tolerant to accepting people's views. It is not an open government. It suppresses political dissent. It suppresses freedom of expression, freedom of assembly. It cannot have our recognition. You think when you sign one or two agreement and you're yelling, and people yelling all over the place, oh, Boga doing the Boga, you think the other country is not looking? They're watching. When America gave you small money, then you think everything okay, all of the countries satisfied, all of the country pleased with your record? No. There are countries know what is happening in Liberia under the Boaka government, have resolved that they will not provide assistance. And in their meeting, they can justify and say, look at the repression in the country. Look at the predatory nature of the police against their own citizens. These petty things. When I say petty, it means it looks small, but very significant in the eyes of those people. Because a government, when you hear government receiving 500 million for this, the other million for that, these are the things the people look at and say, but yes, that country is secure, the country is this, the country is that. You suppressing protest. It doesn't say that the country is peaceful. It doesn't say the country is safe. You only portraying to the international community that the government is a tyrannical government, a dictatorial government, a despotic government that suppresses freedom of expression, freedom of assembly. And it is a minus. It is F. No sound government that is open to respecting the rights of the people, the fundamental rights of the people, will ever look at a dime and give to Liberia. They'll say, yes, Boakai, under Boakai, the country is this. But, yeah, the MCC, what did MCC, in governance, what did they say? You fail in governance. You fail. Meaning you have bad record when it comes to governance. Be suppressing people every day. Then you have people yelling all the place. Yeah, we got to keep the country peaceful. Yesterday, you wanted to turn this country into another bloodbath. You United Party people, that's what you people were doing. Your own men stand on confess, stand on say everything was planned by United Party people. And truly, we believe it because Mo Ali was the one who was justifying every protest. Every protest. Mo Ali, that's true, we believe it.
Once again, a very warm welcome to the program. This is the Morning Call. I am Nyasha K. Mutizwa. Now, we kick off the show in Liberia. In office for just 2 years, Liberians are growing increasingly impatient with President George Weah. A struggling economy, rising food prices, and corruption accusations have stirred anger and discontent against Weah, who campaigned on a promise of delivering pro-poor policies. There have been several protests against Weah's rule, and another major demonstration is planned for later today. The United Nations and ECOWAS have urged the opposition to call off this rally route. And now we have one of the organizers and an activist joining us on the line. This is Mr. Mo Ali, who comes to us from the capital, Monrovia in Liberia. A very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us on the program. Now, why have you organized this march against President Weah?
Morning. As to your first question.
Yeah. There have been several protests. Several. But whatever that is happening today, people have to accept it. People have to accept it. As far as I know, leadership is in twofold. There is the administrative side, and there is the no-nonsense side. You see what United Party doing? They simply telling CDC people, you had the power. These are the things that you're needed to do. But your president was Mr. Softly, and you people were flowing along softly. So since we get it now, we'll use it against you. Since he allowed you to come to the Capitol building to protest, you went to a Executive Mansion to protest, under our government, it will not be. Okay, so the message has gone across. Whether Boakai received the petition, the statement or not, everybody knows that things are terrible under the Boakai government. Everybody knows the kind of nasty things that have happened. People are complaining. Yesterday, they said that there was corruption, there was widespread corruption, there was interference with the judiciary. You're listening to this puppet of a Unity Party man.
We have organized the march.
Yeah, he admitted they organized the march. Yeah. So, stand on in la.
To your first question, we have organized the march not particularly against President Weah, but against the style of governance. There is a
He said against the style of governance. So what kind of style, what kind of good style of governance they have in place now? what kind of good style of governance they have in place now?
To your first question, we have organized the march, not particularly against President Weah, but against the style of governance. There is exclusion of people who express their feelings.
What did they do when it came to power? And they collected all of those people, they flushed them out because they expressed their feelings, they expressed their opinion. And you see that? They accuse Weah of doing that. But that is a lie, blatant lie, because we are retained majority. In fact, that's what brought this whole thing called this enchanted supporters. I can remember Solomon George when he was representatives. He was on Capital FM when we were there very often. He was complaining how George Weah was not, former President Weah was giving attention to people who are not seditious, people who are not partisans. He was prioritizing people outside. He was leaving out partisans. And then he was countered by other Unity Party officials that once the person is qualified, once the person is a Liberian, the person is qualified, the person has the right to work in the government. That we are promised a government of inclusion. So the rest of the people who are qualified Liberians cannot be excluded from exhibiting or using their expertise to develop their country. Majority of them, Unity Party supporters. They came now and they're doing the same thing. They're flushing people out. At least Weah was better.
People who criticize government. There is corruption all over government.
So where there is no corruption today, where there is no corruption, where there is no corruption, thank God for technology. If we didn't have technology, nobody would have. Thank God. Is there no corruption today? Corruption, no corruption in Boaga government, no corruption, nobody stealing. The most messy of all, I consider it a comedy. The whole corruption, Sonny, in Boaga government is a comedy. Suspend, sit down for a while, you resign, suspend, sit down for a while, they give you the money, you just remain quiet, somebody goes there acting. That comedy. That comedy, nothing serious. Corruption all over the place, widespread corruption. People stealing. The man himself can give account. Look at what happened recently with that quote-unquote FOIA stuff. All those times that people have been raising their concerns, raising their voices, you will not say anything. Look at how ministries are being depleted, how people are tampering with the vouchers, the manipulating, the tampering with the system.
Is evidenced by the mismanagement of 25 million. He has refused to prosecute those involved. There's still the issue of 16 billion lingering. There is this issue of interfering with the judiciary.
How did we interfere? Look at Boaga. You're talking about interfering with the judiciary. Yeah, by the one I need to talk, man. You just listen to the interfering. Boaga and Weah, who reduce Boaga reduced the judiciary to a playground. A playground. The former Chief Justice Yanen Yo has to stand her ground as a seasoned lawyer. What happened? Look at it. In a Bwaga family affair, the judiciary now, that Lofa County affairs. Look at it. Who are there? That's all kissy people. He said tempering with the judiciary. Then let's go to the one. He said we are tempering with the legislature.
With this issue of consistent interference with the functions of the legislature.
We are. Amen. Mommy, I see you, man. I see you. Oh, these guys. But that CDC people, yeah, you're feeling it now. You're sitting there. You're enjoying the few dollars you had. You people, oh, the same thing Chancellor higher. You say, oh, here his ministers and Vision 2030. You sit down. Look at how Bwaka turned that legislature. Then more Ali say the accused we are of tampering with the legislature. When Bwaka, the legislature, the Bwaka living room, he does anything he wants to do. He walks inside any way he wants to. Look what he did. Look what Capitol building is. Look at the people that are. Look at the legislature. Yeah. Look at the legislature. They say we are tempered with the legislature. Bwaka equally tempered with the legislature. In fact, Bwaka gone down in history as the most wickedest man to ever temper with the legislature that way. No president has ever done that. Today, you have a man standing on and say regime speaker. Ellington, we never heard regime speaker. We never heard regime speaker. We never, since 1822 to 2023, that 2024, 2025, majority block, minority block. President look at an independent branch of government, the judiciary, very significant, whose responsibility is to interpret, to simplify the law, to bring out the ambiguity of the law. You look at the Chief Justice and say, that you talk are going, whatever I want, I will do. And all the people say, yeah. He reduced the legislature to a frolicking ground. If you know what a frolicking ground is, look where the small children can play. No organization, nothing straight. Anybody do what they want to do, whichever way. The Bwaga reduced the legislature. Yeah, American there. Today. The American that was crying all over the place say he brought good men. Yeah, American there. American telling how everything disorganized. The so-called 1.2 billion budget is a farce. And the rest of the people sitting down there in that legislature, they have time for anything. Then he said, we are temporal. You make fun of you reduce the judiciary to nothing, unity party government. That thing is a rubber stamp. That thing on there ain't no legislature. Look at it. What relevance does it have?
All over government is evidenced by the mismanagement of 25 million.
I see you, man. I see you. We just have your as record. We get your own record. All right. We get a record. Let's go back on the scene. The message is going down well. The guys are not discouraged. Nobody is discouraged. The government is discouraged. The people not discouraged. The organizers, the protesters not discouraged. They came out in zeal. They have resolved. all the government needs to do is to just receive the people's petition. Be responsible. Show that refinement. Give that organization that you condemned yesterday. If the government of yesterday did not receive your petition, hear what organization is, hear what leadership is. You go and receive to tell them that we are mature than you. And you say I rescue. You say you have all the educated people around you. So why are you doing the same thing now? Leadership, you do. You show difference. If the people did not receive your petition yesterday and you in now, you receive theirs. That way you will be telling them that you have the leadership, you got the organization. What they should have done, the leadership that they should have shown in their time, they did not show it. You showing it. That's what they call responsible leadership. But if you stoop so low to the same thing that you condemn as being low, under par, then nothing mentally, you're just the same as the person you accuse. Because that's the same thing you're doing. You not change. You say, Bwaga Mona receive it, none of your people will receive it. Let me tell you, you stop this thing because you know what? The international community is just laughing. The people are just laughing. It will not stop the suffering. It will not mean Bwaga has turned the country into heaven. It only means the hardship continues. People will start complaining again. Those who are against the protest, they're groaning in their hearts. Some of them are going through terrible problems, but they don't want to. And going forward, no one will call. No one will ever say things are hard. No. While we're on the radio, on the radio, you be complaining, will tell you no. Things are okay. And we should not know you as a Unity Party person. So if you are a Unity Party person, don't complain on anything. Don't complain. Just say everything is okay. Everything okay with me. Don't complain on anything if you are a United Party person, because Bwaga has reached to all of you. The government, United Party, has supported all of you, are giving all you people everything that you need. Don't complain. Everything is okay. That's the reason you say the protest not necessary. When you can protest, you fighting your boyfriend in a hall, you fighting your husband, you fight all kinds of things happening all over the place. You know that I'm protest. I'm protest. So let me just run through one or two lines. Then we go on, yeah. But it's successful. The guys are there. They are still there. They are still there. They are still there. The protesters are still there. Just as Unity Party said, they will be there. They will be in the streets. They are there. That's the reason why most of the people, those who were in the protest 24/7, they can't talk. They're sitting. They close their mouth. They're just watching because they are guilty. They said the same thing. So they can't come on and tell the people, no, you leave, police, you tell the people off, because they did it yesterday. And again, let me say, the international community is watching. The people, drones are out, they're just watching. Let one police officer lift on a baton against a protester. You will see what will come. And you saw the report from the U.S. government when it started for say, oh, the international community not talking. The U.S. government saying all the things not talking. I told you, the people can take their time to document. You will hear. When they say, oh, yeah, the Gary government this one, and Liberia being elected today, then you think everything okay, everything on a silver platter. You think the boy know that there are discrepancies in the country. You think that everybody comfortable with Bwaga. You think the boy know how money is being transferred here and there. You'll see the time coming to start hawking some Bwaga officials. Sit down there, take it for a joke. So, yeah, okay, time is of the essence. let's just take a few calls, and then we out. The guys are there. The protest is holding. If anybody will think that it's not holding, that's a blatant lie. The protest is holding. The impact is being felt. The impact is being felt. The government is feeling the impact. Now, what you need to know, this protest is not opposition political parties that civil society in concert with unsettled, dissatisfied, disenchanted, suffering Liberians. Imagine, and you will see that if this trend continues, the next protest you will hear in this country, opposition protest, and see whether it will be just 14, 13, 16 persons. You'll see what they call C. Have you ever heard the expression C? C. C. Have you ever heard that expression? C. You know what I mean? The next protest that is coming out against the Unity Party government, the opposition political parties, that the next protest, take it for joke. Overlook this one, make fun of it. That protest, you see, the international community will come and beg, because the entire country, when you see human beings, I bet you, what they call it, but I ain't go somewhere to go sit down, because what kind of president, small protest you run, you go sit down on the other side. But anyway, you understand the man's condition, and he's not in a good bill of health. Yeah, so we can understand that. The next protest that is coming up, there are just few people. There are just few. Yesterday, you people were deadly. You people were vicious, predatory. You people were very wicked. You people wanted war in this country, you Unity Party people. You wanted war. You wanted to see deaths. You people were very blood was in you people's eyes. Today, you don't want anything. Nobody will come outside to protest. What kind of nonsense and foolishness is that? God in heaven, he said it. He said, do unto others as you have them do unto you. If it was good yesterday, what makes it wrong today? Only the madman, somebody who's suffering from dementia, will accept that. Yesterday, you were all over the place with protests. You were justifying. Get your own record. The international community, BBC, get your record. Al Jazeera, VOA, everybody get your record in protest against the previous the past government. You think the people ain't know that they protested? Bwaka record that the people have Bwaka, just as we get Bwaka record justifying acts. So they ain't want it. You can keep executive mansion. Nobody wants executive mansion. That building over there. That building. What does it mean? If the people ain't present their petition to the executive mansion, what does it mean? The impact is being felt. The people came out. And that is the most important thing. You know when a protest fails? When the people don't turn out. Look at that crowd that is outside. Look at the crowd. Large crowd. Not the necessary requirement of a protest. Smaller protest is effective. Where the effectiveness comes from? The cohesion, the resolve or resolution. And that what these people in power today in opposition were doing. Yesterday in opposition, the number They did not pull the number. June 17, I think, was the largest crime. All the other protests, no. I think one of the guys admitted it in his report. Let's see whether it is this one. One of the guys admitted that though the crowd was small.
2 generations of Liberians at odds about the state of the nation. Ahead o'clock in the morning to sell vegetables in this market.
Since the end of the Civil War, Liberians relied heavily on United Nations spending.
Critics of the government accuse it of lacking accountability and rampant corruption. In 2019, they brought thousands of Liberians to the streets to protest. 7 months later, they say things have only got worse.
We presented a petition.
Let's go to this one.
In Liberia's capital, Monrovia, a march to sweep corruption out of the country. Hundreds of people gathered with brooms in their hands for a small...
Hundreds of people. So look at Molu and the other civil society organizations crowd. You're talking about 3,000 to 4,000 people over there. That a small crowd there. So they intend, protesters, they intend, not the large crowd. The only large crowd they had, and it was in concert with the collaborating political parties, that June 7 protest. But every other one below or before the June 7 and even after June 7, it ain't even reached 300. But they send their message across. Protest not the large crowd. It is the cohesiveness, the vow, the resolution. That's why you hear we will present, if we can present our statement, we will not move from here. What they're telling you is the resolution, the vow, the cohesion that goes with it, the togetherness. One person can protest. You dismiss these things from your mind in Liberia. No reason why you can use crowd to determine election. One person can protest. We have series of protests. We have seen it all over the world. One person stands with his or her placard. What happened? It draws the international community attention. Just one person. Yeah, on Ellen Johnson Sally, we saw one person protesting. We saw 2 persons protesting. On George, we are the same way. And it drew attention. International people, international journalists interviewing that one person. No reason why the people say Liberia society is a low one mentally. Because they fall for the petty instead of being philosophical. It's not the issue of crowd. It's the resolution. That resolution is what is referred to as the petition. And it goes with togetherness, that cohesion of the organizers and the rest of the people, which you are saying they are together. They are resolved that they will be there. That's the most significant thing. If the person, but they will be here for 30, 35 minutes, we can't see anybody coming, or about Molu, you and your men will go in, and everybody leaves. Then you will say the protest failed. But the people dead, the number is growing. We into 4 o'clock. The number still growing. It's not the large crowd. No, it is the resolution, the vow, the cohesiveness. Numbers signal public support and build that resolve. It's good. But the intent is the most significant. You see, the crowd are out there. The next part, the next protest that you should be bracing yourself for is the opposition protest. You take it for joke. You take it for joke. Let's go. Let's go. Let's take few calls, and then we out. Just take few calls on 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 4497 The women's line 0777-980-375. Don't tell me you are on protest ground. No, I can't sit down here the afternoon to hear that thing on the protest ground and the people there. No, that you're right. It is not for me to know. I don't want to know. Don't talk about it. It is your constitutional right. It is your democratic right. It's not a publicity. No, I didn't send you there. Don't call here and tell me I was on the protest ground and they put you there and I want no. I want it is your right. If Sam Andrews went on the protest ground and I come in here and tell you that I'm on protest ground, it means that I'm right. As citizen, I have the right to go there. So why should I report it to another person? What difference does it make? Don't call me. Don't call here and say I was on protest ground and when they protest and they went in there. I don't want to hear that thing. That you're right. If you choose to go there, fine. If you don't choose to go there, fine. That's the same way with voting. If you choose to vote, you say you're voting in the election, fine. Nobody will bother you. If you say you're voting, the law will not bother you. You say that you're right. So if you join the protest, good. If you don't join the protest, good. It's your right. Simple as that. So let's go. Let's start from this end. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, Andrew.
Yeah.
My name is Francis Wilson. And I joined the conversation for Carl Churchill Road. It's not astonishing to us, right? One former president, where I was in power, the guys, the amalgamated forces, they have a series of protests in our country. But today, like you regularly stated on the radio, that protest is not bad. Today, the police are the one who kind of beating protesters and driving protesters away. I mean, it's kind of a shame on the part of the United Party. But we are not surprised, and we will continue to be patient and exercise our restraint. Come 2029, that's the time we put to them, and yes, indeed, they are not ready to maintain the Liberian people. Thank you for following the time, and let's keep safe as Liberians.
All right. Thank you so much. Nice one, short and to the point. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You are on the air.
Yeah. This is Mark Taylor.
Hello? You went off, madam. Hello? Yeah, but you...
The protest that people carry on. Protest is not about normal. It's about a message. So once the people there, when you have 10 persons, 15 persons, that message, the fact that the people appear and send that message there, yeah, or they went, that there, it's a seed. So that they are crowd business, when they find that nobody running competition yet. The wicked government, they put them go off. Yeah, it's no competition. So they ain't running competition about crowd business. So I think they will tell God, thank you, that I want people go there. So that is what they will say.
Thank you so much. You are very right, Mama. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's go to this one. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Bob, how you doing?
Man, the women's line here, man. 077987375 for the women. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. How you doing?
Fine.
My opinion. Yeah. We want to thank God for today. But there's not me 1,000 people. I just a message we need. And then when you say nobody must talk about what happened to the protest.
No, I said no. I don't want to know. No, I answer.
You have to know. Wait now. There are people who get information. Something happened there. You have to understand.
Wait. You don't understand me. I said nobody must say I've been to the protest. I know what I'm saying. You don't know, I know. That's why I say I don't want when you go somewhere that you're right now, that's why we encourage people to go to the protest. We've been running the publicity. So you got to report back to us. We want to know is for you to go there. That's what we've been talking about, the importance of it. You got to report back to us that we're at the protest ground. No.
So even if you get faster information, you can't give it.
But information you say. What the information
but
you have
say
on the
that you don't want to hear what happened there.
No, I
So
said
that's not
don't
it.
tell me that you went to the protest ground.
But who they will tell before they on the air? Who you expect for them to tell?
Madam, I seen all the things. I know people. I seen all the things that I know. You got to tell me. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Chief, you're doing something else, right? But that the government we get now, Chief.
Hello?
Yeah, there go. I know you'd say you're disappointed in the government.
But the government is trying to send people that own stuff that shut it down. So they shut the you, but they finish it down. They're more positive. They're more positive than they always did. The food government, we are still how we going to be.
All right.
People on the island, down to the president. Why you have all of the doesn't that on the floor? Not when they're
All right, Chief. Yeah, your line not too clear, but I think got the message. Your line not too clear. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. You are on the air, Chief. Hello. You're calling you.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is David King. I join you from my residence this afternoon. I think the protest has success. We don't need 1 million people to get in the street.
No.
Yeah, even a single man can have a grievance and stand out there.
King, David King.
Yeah.
I beg you, hold the line. I will still give you additional minute. I want the guys, they are preparing their food. They brought a part of the chicken inside every other thing. I think the police trying to say something to them.
Man, they brought onion bear, they brought a chicken.
Yeah.
They brought a burger rice with a fire cook there and all those things. I thought the group that came from Doe community this morning, they were working in all that stuff. But here's the issue.
Yeah.
The protest, I hear people say, oh, the people didn't come out. No, people don't have to come out in a march. This is not a political rally. This is something that certain group of Liberians, majority of the people who have been affected, they send people out there to do what they are doing today. And we should say bravo to Chairman Molu to stand his ground, to do this thing. And so, like somebody said to me, Molu don't have the moral rectitude. Then I asked him for who are the Darius Deloney had the moral rectitude before when they have protests around here. You got butchers there. Molu has the moral rectitude. Molu has a working government. Molu was the chairman of the party, but that does not mean you are the government official. You're the official of the party, but not working in the government. So if you say Molu don't have the moral to call for what is happening in the country, to call the president to do the right thing, I think you're getting it wrong. But I know from where you speak from, because you support this Nebuchadnezzar that you got calling him president. He causing pride for us in the country. And we want to say to all of our brothers and sisters who break the stone today, you guys are heroes. We say bravo to you guys. You're continuing the protest. Thank you.
All right, gang. Hello. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I'm calling from the Republic of Wele Allen and the King. Thank you. Waka is a man that goes by only this system. That if you are head of your town, everything is in your power. So you can do whatever you want to do. It's not open to holiday civilization. So only force can take Waka off. Only force can take Waka off. And the protest will continue all the time.
That's the only way.
Yeah, the next protest coming up, opposition political party protest.
Yes. We have to continue to protest through all. That's the only way.
That one will shake them.
Yeah, the only way to get rid of Waka.
All right.
So go back. It's literature at the end that if you are here for the final, see.
Okay, Chief.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. The people there, they're cooking. Now what you get when you refused to listen yesterday? Hello?
Yeah, hello,
Yes.
this is the calling from
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how to
All right. All right. All right, lady. Hello.
Good afternoon, St. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on discussion. I'm at the Capitol building, but I'm in one of the bathroom. I cannot get my name, please. The guy that was choking the spoon, his name is David Kwekwe Nangbe. He's from Geelong office. You want to start in Geelong office. You know what start there from inside Capitol building. Personally, you know what start there.
All right.
Hello? Yeah, you got me, Chief?
Yeah.
Okay, so that the information I want to give you. David Kwekwe Nangbe, like phone from Geelong office. You want to start over there. You know what start talking, started the chunking, the stone from inside outside. You know what start there.
All right. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine. Cut off your radio, Chief. Cut the radio off. The radio will not be on your call. Once that radio goes loud, I will cut you off because it's running in our ear. It's not because we want you to express yourself, then we give ourselves health problem or ear problem. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
How you doing, Papa?
Yeah, I'm fine.
This is my renowned from St. Paul's. Same as you, that crack and the people, that crack and the protest, the words that the people want to say, the words that were. And that what you said during the day, they put together, all the other people put together, all the other parties put together, what they were looking at that. And how you want for the people to get plenty, you put fear in the people from the beginning, your so-called bishop said, nobody will not go protest.
Mm-hmm.
And because the way you act, your police can act. So when you expect, if they will not because of that to do, we're going to see. If people like the attitude, people ain't like it. People ain't like it. People going to protest, you want to protest to the mansion. But today you say people will not go there. You carry police. Because when you hide the people that for nothing, when the people carry that for nothing will not come for other aid. So you say the people stupid? The people will vote. You want for them to go protest, they will vote. I tell you, thank you, Papa.
All right. Have a nice midweek. Hello.
Yeah, value.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let me. I said the people in the video, I mean, the station of police may come and say, tell me that for no especially in hospital. And it will mad the police may look out for it. If they do intentionally, they be doing it to us. Well, so they need to be telling us. They will stay to hospital. This I have.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to keep my dressing.
All right, lady. All right. The guys are there. They will remain there. The government must protect them. It's an obligation of the government. The government is under obligation to protect those Liberians. Anything short of that, the government will be held responsible. Let me read a few of the comments. Dorcas Billy said, Liberians really made the mistake of voting Boakai. Amara Kamara, protest is not about number, but the message. Matilda Stevens, students from the university campus say they are not suffering on the Buakai unless government. Benson W. Victor, we are not afraid of rescue police officers. And okay. Benson writes again, December 17 peaceful citizens protest is a test for 2029 presidential election, and the Unity Party government will use the police and the army. You know, don't live with that impression, Benson. I can understand your concern is legitimate, but it's not going to happen. No. This is a democracy. It's not going to happen at all. Matthew Cholople, Liberian people only know how to talk too much on radio, but can stand up for their rights. But the real tension would start 2029 elections. If Buakai try anything foolish with the election result come 2029, it will be like something. Yeah, don't worry. They can't try anything. No, not at all. Don't worry. So, one of the texters mentioned the University of Liberia. You don't want to give those people credence. That's why I don't talk about UL people when they are protesting, they're on the soup day, the soup, how they call it, whatever process they don't talk about, because you know what? They are inconsistent. They are inconsistent. You ever hear me talk about those people who are supporting them? No, they are inconsistent. They over there, they in a fence mocking those Liberians who are protesting. When they were the same people protesting against the president of the university, and still nothing significant has changed. They stay on a strenuous condition. They see their colleagues expressing their rights, and they in the fence mocking them. Stones came from in the campus of the University of Liberia, as we saw on the screen. But that's it. So the next protest, this country, this government will witness opposition political parties. So yeah, what I want to say, or I should say, and then we are out. We have to hold together, and it is working. It is working. And that protest is going to be massive. It's going to be one of the unprecedented protests to ever hit Liberia. That's more first story or first story better preparing order. Yeah, Eva, I better really Ido. But that's democracy. The police can raid the people. No, you can't do that. You respect their rights. Yeah, June 17, anyway, Kogi, they brought their parts, they brought their water, they brought everything out. So the guys are cooking. If I were Bwaga and his people, go receive the people petition, go home. Simple as that. But you can be stiff-necked. That's the problem with Mr. President. These guys just tossing him to and fro, but the man himself likes it. Just go and receive the people petition, and then everybody go home. That's how you keep your country safe. You keep it under control. Yes, that's what you do. Simple as that. It's not the how stiff neck you are or resistive. They did it, so we do it too. It's too petty. Too petty. It's not because the people did it, so you should do it. When by your reasoning, yesterday it was wrong. So what do you condemn yesterday as being wrong? You're doing it today. Amen. All the people, regime speaker, he ran all the time, he say in Grand Jida County. Everyone, all of them. Nobody has time to say anything. All the legislators, they gone. They are afraid. All of them, they left their offices. Amen. Look at country on a boycott. Yeah, just a playground. That's how the government looking, playground. You can see seriousness, you can see leadership. I saying it this way because you condemn. What you condemn yesterday, you can do today. You teach the people leadership since you know it all. You teach them leadership, but you're doing the same thing, and you're doing it even more recklessly. Hello? Yeah. Yeah.
No, I will say nothing today. It has nothing to do with off.
Cut the radio off. Cut the radio off. The sound coming in the ear. Cut the radio off. The next protest will be the opposition. Political parties. Brace yourselves for it. Start getting ready. Don't take it for joke. But I ain't see anything protest yet. What did happen in that introduction? Didn't see anything yet. Hold on. Just hold on, Chief. You can. The next protest that coming is going to be a tsunami protest. The next one. This is civil society. Civil society. Not opposition, not political parties or political parties. The next one. See where you will stop the people. When you see all the opposition political leaders in the forefront, leading the march, then you will know. The next one, I'm telling you that the next protest coming up, just as you kept the previous government ungovernable, nobody will keep your government ungovernable, but you will give reasons. You'll give reasons for the ungovernability. Just as you people kept the weird government ungovernable, nobody in your government will make you people, your government, ungovernable. But you will give reasons for the ungovernability. Hello?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. But I'm hearing the echo. The radio still on. I'm hearing the echo. I'm hearing myself in the background.
Today, the way the policy are today, a lot of cat, dear guy. Everybody scatter. I know you're with me on. If you have to say we follow you, we not going to pop here. I want old people. They pop here. They're waiting our hair. The people. Today, yesterday, it was all right. Today, it's not all right. I got at the inside. Busy other policy there. To say. You want the show. It's not easy. Even the fire, the food, the arrest, the food, and the fire, they carry it. So, Papa there.
let's say what is about we actually want. I want who about this God well Saturday the senator there. No. Nobody I see. We got that he is sick. The poor are ready. That is post sample. What is talking about that is post sample. And that's what it today. And we tell God suppose that there. So we can't today. But what will make way for us? One day, what power move power can come. Yes, the party you will set it down. Everybody not expecting in the of the year. All right, Baka. Baka move for you to say, hello, they can get what they are. Baka is there. So thank you, woman. We're all over here. Show my massy put you all. All right, I wanted to come. Thank you.
Where the guys are again? It ain't easy. The boy cookie, oh, syrup food, the boy down there. Oh, now small thing the people doing, oh. Look at. Real cookie, oh. Yeah, that's it. That's the result. People ready, yeah. Oh, if you people hadn't done it yesterday, the boy wouldn't have done it today, or they would not be doing it today. Yeah, that you show the people that protest, you can cook on protest ground. You know, United Party brother in opposition. Yeah, nobody knew about it in this country. Yeah, your brother. So the people using your idea. Hello.
Hello.
Cut the radio off. Before you call the radio off. They think I know some of y'all will be happy when you hear that we get ear problem. You don't got to listen to yourself. They think they run in the earphone.
Sorry, yes, Mr. Sam, how you doing?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, you do some of our lessons, our help when we can go. Let it video we can listen to. But I just want to ask you about Nathan.
Who?
Nathan.
What happened?
No, that is money they never they were doing about I don't know what they call win. We buy the ticket, we bear what they call and the people give us from October all the way.
What? When you mean you play game on Kings? The Kings cash giveaway?
Not Kings cash giveaway that scratch and win.
No, but Kings ever not get squash and win. Oh, Dan Newton Topa maybe that different. No, that different.
Be with this Steven.
No, Steven that is same Kings cash giveaway. Maybe that different radio station that Newton Topa can do win. Win get win, yeah. That Kings cash giveaway.
But Steven is the
No, that different. No, maybe that another radio station, yeah. That only King's Cash giveaway we get. Yeah. All right. Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. You are on the air.
Okay, thank you very much. Today actually we were expecting a lot of people to come out, but they have not turned up, so they are team protest of failed one.
That all you call to say? We're expecting plenty protocol, but they can so consider the protest a fair war. Be happy. Your time will come and people will make fun of you. The thing they are created in this country, even over somebody.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Mr. Andrews, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from the unknown destination.
Why
I want to commend the government.
You in hiding?
Hello?
You in hiding?
No, I know area because we are running terrain. We are running terrain. I think I tested you that so we are running capital community. Hello?
I'm listening to you.
All right. Thank you very much. And I come out noon.
You went off, Chief. You went off. You're concerned about crowd? That government will be determined, or a united party will determine. I think too petty. Too petty. Too petty. You don't give into those kinds of things. Petty. One of the people who not informed, literally. What crowd would do? Hello.
Hello, son. How you doing?
Fine.
You know, the government think they are making mockery out of the citizen. But then the time will come that they themselves will feel it. The political parties here need to be united so as to go against this idiots. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Samaju.
Yeah, fine.
That's all the land city.
Let's hear you.
Me say thanks to all those that test out the message for we're looking for motivate your people. The message already registered. Because I said we take care of it. Thank you. That's what I want to say to you. The message already registered with the people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. But the message went loud and clear. They know. If it was a small crowd, why did they not go to receive? Let Bobby Wine, the opposition leader, you hear what Bobby Wine is doing? Bobby Wine is keeping the government feet to the fire. One man, see Bobby Wine. Then, when the opposition political parties come out, imagine how it will be. Then you know whether the bull that cry or don't cry. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Samaju.
Yeah.
This is Lloyd D. Johnson, National Foundation number 11, Quebec community. I want to say thanks to my friend and I went out there today. We do some of us were not there, but I hear people talking about crowd. Yeah, those crowds never went there, but the people that will go against the government, they are staying in the same community. So we will not move our crowd. The message wins. I'm not saying I follow good about it. It doesn't mean I will not go against the government. I will still go against the government. Thank you.
All right. But my man, you see, you pay people to go to your fundraiser. You are dishing money all over the place. If you have just left it normally, you wouldn't have had that number you had. We're seeing people confess that you gave them 2020, 15. Yeah, people were harassed, they were intimidated, they were threatening that if they didn't show up, they will lose their job. Yeah, so normally you can pull out that crowd that you pull if you are not in power. You are in opposition, you could pull any crowd. Then you talking about crowd. Hello.
Hello, Sandro.
Yeah.
I come from my name is Mama Jia calling from SC. Say Andrew went there today. You know what? You know the part of what they say in the community, Nana, that they see what they do, that they want to put in. Because they go all fair, but they go all star. When you see gone to the for people, they just to say the party war. So that one not made up also this year. Whether to now, not to now, they won't go there today, know the message go. And then we'll go back there again. I just want to say thank you for all the order I gave you.
Okay. Don't be afraid. You can bring billions of armed men outside. You can do nothing. You are not open. You are not kill people. You just have gone. All the police people over there, none of them in the normal self can look at a person over there and shoot. They can never do it. Never. In fact, the very Bwaga man said he even worried. He concerned how the police conducting themselves. Least to talk about the police director. They'll just hold the thing to provide protection, but they can never. They bring billions of armed men. They can never look at the crowd, look at people and start shooting. That's the last thing they'll ever do. They can never. So nobody must be afraid. 2029 they will do this, they will do that. Hello. Fine.
The people they're putting it. I will tell them to stop the kind of thing. People can get this suffering, or younger men get this suffering, and getting men they thing into the playing for or the going will go. They think we just go sit down in classroom to just go correct no more. They say, oh yeah, 40 for the national or can say 50 years. Why would you be here? But we will not stop, we will not rest. We will be on a photo phone. If they see they want to police will they want it. But they don't go nowhere. I thought that already said it, on it. Ready to the hotel.
My man, the people that don't want to call you don't be carried away by that thing, man. The people can do nothing.
Well, no, I can't do it. Only thing you want to say.
All right, later. Well, the people say they all want you to get jitter. The people say they will do this, they will do that. Hey, my man.
Hello?
2029, we getting into 2026. Where when you're in 2027, 2028, then you start talking about those things. But we live bit far yet. Concentrate on the now. We've told you this thing, that how it works in life. Most of you keep yourself worrying, because you're concentrate on the people. You're interested in hearing what the people saying. The people know that way they can get you people unsettled because you're not too strong. So they will say this. That somebody in your community say, "Which year 2029?" That's something to listen to, as if that person controlling anything or that person in central government. Come on, you too. You need to, sorry to say, but you need to really look at things individually. You know how many times in my very community people say they will do that. We don't even give credence to those kinds of things. Sometimes we have to make fun of them and say, yeah, the margin will be from here to America. We have to make fun. We join in to make fun because they're bringing out their own stupidity and clown. I mean, people say, oh, which year 2029? Then say, yeah, the people say, which year 2029? You worrying yourself. Concentrate on what you have to do now. And you see the civil society people, Molba Molu and group and those Liberians, and you see, they are on it now. They're not thinking about 2029. They're not thinking that the people will cheat them. No, they are dealing with the issues now. 2029, there are 4 years in between. You deal with the issue. When you have a problem, you start to deal with it one by one. You don't leave the one in front of you. Then you go to the one that the second to the last. You say, oh, the one you deal with, anyone there. But the one that in front of you, you're dealing with it. So you're not going to make any progress. You're not going to move from one level to another. Deal with the one. That's what you see us doing. We're dealing with the issue one by one. Whether they will cheat 2020 now, they will not cheat 2020 now. That is not the issue. Whether they will stay in power for 300 years or 900 million years old, that is immaterial. It is not an issue. Whether they will bring people from Guinea-Bissau, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, that is not an issue for now. When we reach to that bridge, we'll cross it. That's how you move in life. You start getting yourselves confused. You start worrying yourself. You start wrestling against your own self. Well, the people say they want, the people say the other one. You should look at the person who's saying it. Have you ever heard a government official say, we cheat you? Somebody in your community who is just as ordinary as you are and say, we cheat you. Then you get scared. Oh, big here, man. Big here. All right. So that's it. The guys are still there. And the message gone across. Nobody should get discouraged. Many protests Unity Party had under the WEA government, the number was by far less. I think I have a couple of them on my phone. Let me see if I can get some to show you. Far less, but let's do it tomorrow because it's 5:27. Most of their protests, the number was far less. The largest gathering they had was June 17, and that was the CPP collaborating political parties, Unity Party, ANC, Liberty Party. Yeah. That's the reason June 7 protest, they had that number. So let's assume you have CDC, MPC, CMC, ANC, and the other political parties coming out. Imagine, just imagine what you will see. It will be what God referred to as C, S-E-A, C. You know what I mean? It is a reference for human beings, the gathering of human beings, but not just gathering. A number unprecedented that you can highly imagine that your eyes can behold. That's why it's called C. That the entire city, everywhere, everything of the country will stop. Cars will move nowhere. Businesses will shut down. Everything. That's what C does. If you look up that expression, ask God for A. Say C. God, what I mean by C? He will tell you. C. That's the word he used for the devil in Revelation 13. It says, John said, I saw the beast coming out of the sea. It's not a reference for body of waters, but human beings. The next, you rest, you relax yourself. You don't get yourself jittered. No, you don't worry yourself. You get a cool bottle of soft drink, cool off. Get a cold glass of water, cool off. You're relaxed. You're relaxed. We're taking it one day at a time, just as the coach. Yeah? You know, see the European coaches, they can take it one game at a time. The one that in front there, that the one they can concentrate on. And you see, the journalists can ask them, say, oh, this and that. The coach can say, the one that we have now is what I'm concentrating on. After this, then we'll look at the next game. So the high looking, we're taking all of the issues as opposition community. We're taking it one at a time. The issue that unfolds itself, we address it. We gradually go in the one that will be for 2029. We're getting closer, we'll cross that bridge. But we're concentrating on the now. You don't worry. You relax yourself. The protest today was successful. If anybody will tell you that it wasn't successful, then they don't know what protest is. Then the definition of protest is just crowd. And that is the dullest way of reasoning. One person can protest. Two persons can protest. In Europe, America, in fact, in this very country, one person went on hunger strike for hours. It drew the government's attention. It drew the attention of the president. Two persons went on hunger strike. 3, 4, 5 persons, they stood in front of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that Ellen was using as the executive mansion. What happened? She came outside. It drew the president's attention. There's not the multitude. Why it is true that crowd, large crowds, very significant, but it's not the determining factor. It is the resolve or the resolution of the protesters. And that's what they were using yesterday. And that's what the guys are using today. So every other thing, oh, the crowd, oh, the input crowd. It's because you mentally narrow. So what do you see now? It is the vow. It is the resolution. It is that cohesiveness. The guys are there. They are preparing the meal to sustain themselves. Because when there is energy, they are awake. They will wait. The day Mr. President said, I'm going to receive the petition, they will present it to him and pack the things and go. Until then, the resolution remains effective. That's what you see presently. They are there. It's not the number. Numbers are good. Numbers are very significant. But what good is the number when there is no cohesion? When there is no resolution, as we are seeing of other protests? Less than no time, everybody scatter, they're gone. And that's what they were hoping. That's what they were hoping. Moreover, the ruling establishment in Unity Party should not be mocking the other people of crowd. You exacerbating, you increasing the already heightened atmosphere, the tension. It is a provocation. A ruling establishment don't mock. A ruling establishment, they sit quietly and watch. But what it has degenerated to, anything happening against a Unity Party person, the people from on the other side will be happy and mock them and make fun and rejoice. That's when now, when they're feeling the pinch, what do you hear from them? Not everything you politicize. Not everything you politicize. Have you not heard that from Unity Party people? I consider them one of the dullest people in terms of reasoning. They will be provoking. They will not put on a common sense. When it shifts, when the pinch is against them, and they are being mocked the same way they were mocking, then they come with a statement. Now everything you politicize, and they politics been there. That's how they look. They're mocking. They're playing fun. Oh, the crowd there. The people made the message going across. Bwaka is aware. Bwaka is aware. Regime speaker aware. Everybody aware. They're aware. They're being aware from day one. They know the impact. They have heard this name, Moluba Molu. They know the impact. They know the breakthrough. They know the significant impact. They know the weight of this man. They know the personality. And you hear the man? You hear what the man said? That they will not move from over there. If the government will kill him, you know that kind of statement? It resonates straight with the international community and say, it's going to be heated in Liberia under Joseph Yema Bwaka. Do you know how many telephone calls gone to Bwaka about this protest? You're taking it for a joke? The next protest that's coming will be Opposition C. That will be the next protest, Opposition C. You're taking it for a joke. You get prepared. Then you will know. Then you can go now and be determining crowd. You can do your mathematics on crowd. Because you will not have description from your literacy. It will be a C. The next protest that coming up in this country under the Bwaka government, against the Bwaka government, opposition political parties. It will be a C. Opposition C. Opposition C. I see you. You'll be arguing, Unity Party will cry. Sit down. The real cry coming drop. Oh, I see you there. We see you, man. How are we going home? Let's go home this way. The news is all at 6. Join us for that. King's Newsroom. And then at 6:50, Isiaka Sharif and Jefferson Pello Johnson are in with CDC Hour. And then the doctor himself is in at 8 o'clock, the teacher of the land, Anthony at Lord, A.B. Wynn, with face the issues. Until then, this is how we go.
Jah, Rastafari, it's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle.
Afghan revolution, people. Afghan the blue revolution. You ready? CDC, you ready? Let's go. CDC come, CDC come, CDC build, CDC red, CDC red. What just come in?